Now I can empathize and sympathize with the black community. I've never been able to do that before because I would hear them say things like, oh, we walk down the street and we get profiled, and cops will just suddenly stop and frisk or whatever just because of the color of their skin. And I always thought, like, it's a little bit of a stretch. It feels like a little bit of a stretch. That person must be doing something, right? And obviously I've never experienced that before. I've never felt that way before and stuff. And so I always thought, like, ignorantly, by the way, on my part, thinking like, I think you guys are, because I'm brown, I've never felt that and stuff like that. I'm also a minority. But now, with us, it wasn't the cops. Cops aren't just randomly like go and checking in the past. But now it's our turn, right? Now we feel it. Now we feel like, crap, can I just go down the street? Do I need my paper? It's like, why are you stopping me? I'm a U.S. citizen. We're not doing anything wrong. And now we're being persecuted. And so now I'm thinking, like, crap, this is what the black community meant, and I kind of feel bad. Well, I don't kind of feel, I feel bad because I never really could understand where they were coming from or where you guys were coming from. But I can assure you that now that it's here with us too, it's like, crap. I honestly, legitimately didn't think it was real. But it's real as hell. And it's obviously minority groups that are targeted and persecuted pretty much. And it's right now with us is because we're brown. You guys have had your turn when, cops were just in bigger cities, urban areas, stopping disproportionately, the black community and stuff. And I just want to say, like, I guess now I understand. I think moving forward, there's going to be a little bit more unity because we now can see where you guys are coming from. Well, at least I can, and so, yeah, guys, I just want to say sorry for being ignorant before, but I hope this unites all communities, not just minorities, and call out things for what they are, regardless of the race.
Everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga. How about that question?
I said I'm never coming back again. Next I stepped away from the mirror. I got my mind made up now, cause I can see the future much clearer. What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber died trying. You see the thumbnail. More importantly, you saw the clip. I'll say this, man. Apology accepted. It's just the trust is way gone. Here's the thing. Because I think the guy was being as sincere as he was, but for us it's kind of like, wait. So we were lying, is what you said. We were lying until it happened in your life. And that's something that I think us as a group of people can't just get over and overlook. And the reason why I'm saying is, don't act like you didn't. Don't act like your community didn't participate in the racism. You get what I'm saying? Don't act like that. Like, don't, like, that's the part. Maybe you in your life didn't think this would happen to your group, right? But your group was part of the group that was doing it too. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it was white people, and the way they operate predominantly. But for all you other groups that come into this country, that's part of y'all MO. Y'all come to America, and part of being in America is being part of the racism. So it doesn't happen to you. And enjoying being racist because, you can always lean back on the white folks because, you got this silent agreement. But in that agreement, they got to really put their foot to y'all behind on a regular basis. And y'all got to eat a lot of crow and kiss a lot of behind. So, is it your turn? We've seen this before. You get what I'm saying? Think about it. When 9/11 happened, the Muslim community was like, oh my God, this is what it is? Where they at right now? You don't like they to this day, you know, did that leave a bad taste in their mouth about America and white America? For sure. But they still kind of fell in line again after it was all over with, you know. So when it comes to the Latino or Hispanic community, it's kind of like, yeah, they doing y'all dirty, but after this is over, well, y'all probably go, it's okay to be back around, you know, F it. We back with white America. Yeah, we could see that happening. We can see that happening. I mean, we can, but we can also go, you know, it goes, it's 50-50. Because are y'all gonna forget this? Some of y'all, a lot of y'all are not gonna forget this, but a lot of y'all are gonna be like, hey, it ain't happened to me, so whatever. That's how we look at it from a historical point of view. So we can't, you know, are you sorry for being ignorant? Cool. But I guess ignorance was bliss, I guess, but we don't look at it as ignorance though. We look at it as you know, it's not important until it's you. You get what I'm saying? It's not important until it's you. And now it's you, now it's important. Because think about it. There've been a lot of incidents in news and in social media where the Hispanic community got caught being hella disrespectful to black folks, planning to be disrespectful to black folks. You know, like, yeah. The hatred is just, you know, you've seen it. You've seen it in California. You've seen it in California. You just saw it with the rapper in Texas with his stupid self. I say whatever I want. Yeah. Okay. You think because you spit a couple of lyrics, you won't get your teeth knocked out? Fine. You know, but it is what it is, right? The you know, the other thing about this is this. Um, I think us as a group, we know how this country works and how this country operates. You know, but as long as you know you keep your head down and you participate in the hatred in some ways, it keeps the spotlight off of you. Because you know, and especially for, like, I'm not gonna say especially, but for the Hispanic community, you know, when it comes to the drugs and the crime, and like the organized drugs, organized crime, and you know, organized sex trafficking of little girls and all kinds of, like, of and y'all don't have as bad of a reputation as you probably should. And you know, because they don't put your worst on blast like that. And you could say the same thing about the Asians, and you could say the same thing about Middle Easterners, the Muslims, and let's just say Muslims. Um, but we for sure know that you know what's going on. You've been knowing what's going on, and I think what's unfortunate is this mass deportation thing gonna probably go on. It's a mixed bag. I'm gonna take, and I say it that way because I've already said this before, because a lot of these businesses that depend on the Hispanic community for under the table wages and cheap labor, you know, they taking a hit with this mass deportation thing, and they're about to go out of business. Some of them went out of business. Some of them bankrupt. Some of them is over with for them, right? And for the people who are still afloat, they're like talking to politicians like, "Hey, stop before my family loses everything," kind of situation. So you got a lot of white business owners fighting for Hispanics, fighting for themselves, really, but fighting for Hispanics so they can get their cheap labor back, so they don't go into bankruptcy. So in some ways, it's putting the police and ICE at odds because, hey, man, who's going to do this and who's going to do that? And I've seen it. Like, I've seen it, you know, I've seen a lot of these companies when it comes to construction and um, agriculture. I've seen like it's been a wasteland, and now slowly but surely, you know, more and more people showing up a little bit. But if this keeps happening, they're gonna disappear again. And the reason I say that is because if we're not ignorant to your situation, how can you be ignorant to ours when we're in the same country? And part of your situation is dumping on us. Oh, we'll do what they want. Nah. Mm, okay. They had to be committing crime. But ain't your people kind of the plug though? One of the plugs? Like one of the major like what are we talking about here? So is there gonna be a unity? I doubt it. We tried the unity thing. You can't ask for unity now that you know you're your feet being held to the fire. Now you want to unify. Because I guess that's in some essence, the black folks, they feet was held to the fire, so they trying to unify. Okay, cool. Our feet used to the fire now. So it's like whatever. So for us, man, it's like, hey man, yeah, I mean, if it opens your eyes to America, okay. But that doesn't mean like we've already accepted that it could be your eyes are open for now situation. So for us, that don't do us no favors, right? And anyways, we just like let's just focus on ourselves because all these other groups we tried to help and put on, they've all stabbed us in the back. So cool, like let y'all deal with it. Let y'all deal with it. No disrespect, no hate, but just do your thing, man. Fight your battle. Because here's the thing. Before I go, I don't think a lot of you other groups actually fought for yourselves in this country. You know what I'm saying. I think your homelands fought for you. I think we fought for you. Um, but I don't think y'all just fully, just actually, from beginning to end, went at it. I don't think y'all have done that because, well, and I'm thinking about like the Japanese internment camps. That was I could kind of because I don't remember any revolts. That's why I'm like kind of um, I remember Lulac, like the black problem is the black problem. You know, y'all on your own. We good over we trying to be white over here. Cool. I remember that. Um, Asians, they even a thing recently with the affirmative action thing, it was you know like they blaming us for it now. It shot them in the foot, but it's like I don't remember people just constantly just fighting for themselves. So that's a thing that we got to see y'all do. And because everybody swears that they're so much better and so much smarter and they got it all figured out. Okay, let's see. But do I think it's going to end well? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think financially, you know, white people gonna quit on this immigration thing. That's what I think. But we shall see. But the harassment that ain't gonna stop for a while. So y'all tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one. Wait. I just thought about it. Because the harassment ain't gonna stop, I'm gonna tell y'all what problem is gonna create for all you Hispanics in law enforcement, Homeland Security, ICE, and not necessarily the military because the military hasn't got involved yet. But those three, oh man, y'all gonna be under a microscope. Yeah, man, y'all gonna be under a microscope. It's gonna be some fires or some serious cooning going on. For y'all gonna have to do some things that you really regret. And as much as y'all despise us as black people for whatever stupid reason y'all got, your white superiors gonna have y'all throwing y'all own people under the bus. And y'all gonna have a whole bunch of internal fighting within. And y'all already in the Hispanic community. I know y'all got issues, Mexicans versus Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Cubans. There's all this little infighting. Y'all think we don't know about Venezuelans, El Salvador. Yeah, we know. And y'all gonna get pit against each other with that too. Because the Mexicans might throw away, they from El Salvador, so F it. You get what I'm saying? Like, hey, they from Venezuela, out of here. You know, Vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So we shall see. But I'm out. Y'all take care. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.